up, people? Welcome back to the channels. Monday we're gonna go do this Monday market watch. I want to go and start this off by apologizing to anyone who actually watched some of the second upload videos. I'm actually trying this thing. I'm trying this thing where I'm trying to do content days where I kind of spend a day doing a lot of my content, kind of scheduling most of my videos out, and unfortunately I ended up posting the wrong videos in some of the slots. So if you watch them thinking it was gonna be something different, so apologize for that. I'm gonna try to make sure that doesn't happen again. But let's just go ahead and get into the market watch. Like and subscribe if you want to help us out, help us get to 500. Let's go and talk about some of these cards. Snake Eye Poplar. I was extremely shocked that these cards, even as actually ended up still I mean, I understand. I know they're ultra. I know they're the chase cards. I know they're not gonna be super low. I'm glad they weren't secret because they would have been really expensive. But yeah, I was. I was kind of surprised. We still have them at 62, pretty much 62, pretty much $63. I really do see this card settling around the 55, kind of $60 range. But in all honesty, depending on how good the deck is, it could skyrocket back up. So I was going back and forth, but I did ended up giving my homie a deal on this card simply because I wanted to make sure that all the homies have I have everything. I can't hold on to this stuff. So that's just kind of something that I don't know. It was just kind of very weird. I do see this card kind of falling down to maybe 55, maybe settling around 60, even 50 to be honest. Simply because there's going to be a lot of people opening this. There's going to be a lot of copies out there, but it's also going to be extremely strong. So I do kind of see this being kind of maybe sticking at the $60 price point. Promethean Princess. I definitely, it sucks that we don't really have any of the pictures, but Promethean Princess is one that I can see falling way lower because you probably only need one, maybe two, but probably one is going to be kind of the main, is going to be kind of the main focus because it's going to be a little bit of recurrence with her depending on how you're using her. So with this $60 price point, I do feel it's gonna maybe drop to the $40-$45 range, unless unless decks need to run multiple copies, and maybe you could kind of stick around the 50 to 60. But I do feel this one is kind of gonna drop. If you didn't get one in the sneak peek, I would just kind of hold off and I would kind of wait and see if you would maybe get it for a little bit of a cheaper price. But like I said, don't take my word for any kind of I don't know. These are all my opinions. If you want to follow it. If you want to get it, go ahead and get it. It's up to you. And this one also struck me as this is also kind of very interesting. I understand a lot of people are hyped for the Voiceless Voice, but seeing seeing it right here, it was almost at $100. That's when I was really kind of tripping. But then I see it kind of sliding down. You get it for about 70. The low prayers of the Voiceless Voice. This is kind of going from the $70 range. To be honest, this one really depends, because if someone comes up with a really nice build, or the deck in general is just able to just really outperform a lot of people's expectations, which is already high for this deck, I really feel this stuff can, if not chewed up, hold this $70 price point. Because if you kind of gotta assume that if there's a version of this deck that could kind of compete with a potential tier 0 threat of the freaking the Fire King Snake Eye deck, then you're essentially looking at 70, 60, 70, maybe potentially an $80 card, to be honest. Like I said, this all depends on how the matchups are and how the different builds go. But we're gonna see how the meta progresses. But I do feel if you want to get it, maybe in the next couple weeks, if you see it kind of going down, I would pick it up, because it potentially could hold on to this price potentially. And okay, something I just wanted to talk about is already at the bottom of this. This is kind of just some of the higher cards of Phantom Nightmare. The box is going for about 80, which is which is pretty good. You only have one of the quarter centuries. I actually did pull a quarter century, which is really cool. So I'm not gonna tell you which one. You can see it in the pack opening video that's gonna come out soon. But yeah, you got the Promethean Princess, the Snake Eye, and then you got the dragon from the Voiceless Voice. And then a lot of these other ultras are pretty affordable right now. They're all in the $20 range, so I really do feel they're going to be go down even lower. So like I say they're affordable now. I'm not saying to go pick them up or anything, but like it is kind of cool to see like a lot of these cards. Like, okay, like this goblin stuff, it's the secret's already like already in the $10 range. Then I feel it could go into like the 7, maybe even 5. So like a lot of this stuff, if you're really thinking about playing goblins, I would just hold off for the release, and when this stuff kind of like drops down, just start kind of picking up all the extra stuff. Even like the Raider Raptor people are pretty excited about. It's at 6 right now. It could go down to like, you know, maybe 3, 4, 5. So this is actually pretty cool for the set. I really felt like I don't want to call it too early, but unless like the goblins and the voice are really good impact decks in this meta, I really feel like this set's gonna be a little top heavy, like in a way. Like I mean it's gonna be good because a lot of the cards are gonna be like are gonna be good and like sought after. But unless, like I said, like unless the voice and goblins kind of become duds, and this set's gonna be a little bit top heavy. And actually, well, no, it also depends on this too. There's actually 3 things I feel like this set could become top heavy if the Ashen, the Goblin, and the voice, if all those 3 of those archetypes kind of crash and become nothing, then unfortunately this might be a little bit top heavy. But for right now, this is looking pretty promising. I just want to go over the last one. Like this is really like not bad. It's around the $4 range for the packs. And then you got the last 2. The last I just want to talk about this, the new Magus Spectre support. That one's going about the $3 range, so this one could like go down to like maybe 2, even to $1. So if you ever think about that, like a lot of this stuff could go down. So there's kind of a potential for you to, in the early, like when it first comes out in the early stages, get a lot of this stuff cheap, and then if it all kind of pans out, then you can kind of like turn around and sell a lot of this stuff, or just plus. Here are these are a couple cards that are kind of just a unfortunate side effect of this set coming out, because you do have the new Yubel support, and like I said, like I did pull a ultra rare of the Fusion Yubel, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, this is like an extremely good freaking super poly target. Like if you're running the Yubel deck, you can pretty much take away anything. And then on top of that, I see, like, I know there's some people on my locals and some people talking about online about combining it with Unchained, and also doing like some other stuff. So like it's interesting. You got the secret right here. These were like literally worth nothing, and now they're $40. The super rares, these are 17s. The rares are like pretty high too. Like you got, like, it says the market price there is at 12. I kind of want to take a look at this one. It says the market price right here is at 12, but you probably have a lot. It's, yeah, near mint 24, 20. Yeah, no, look, near mints are 23, 24. These, yeah, like, so even these are going for like $20. So like no matter which one you're messing with, you're paying a lot of money for this card. And another card that I want to talk about, Super Polymerization. This is another card that's naturally going to go into the Yubel deck. And I kind of was telling a lot of people when these were lower, that like, hey, you know what, you should start kind of like picking up some of these cards. You feel me? Like, let's just go ahead and go on. Let's see, they got a lot of these common ones. Look at these common ones from the from the deck. I was telling you guys, you should pick these cards up. I've been telling people for a while, Super Poly is a good card. Pick these things up. I think I even went over it in one of my investment reviews, where I was just like, pick up Super Polys, pick up the Super Polys. Maybe I went over them when they're a little bit higher than the $2 range and they're at. But I was like, if these are like $2-3, kind of pick them up. Like, Super Poly always goes in and out the format unless it gets hit on the ban list. So a lot of these cards have just kind of shot up. So you went from paying like $5 for a set to like $5 to $6 each for Super Poly. So this is kind of another unfortunate side effect of the Yubel stuff. And Super Poly has so many printings that it's like it isn't like Yubel to where it's like, okay, they're gonna make it a rare in some random set, and then it'll make it available and tank the price. No, like, even if you make a rare Super Poly, it's like, yeah, it's probably gonna tank the ones of these commons, but then like if you got these, like, these ones are still gonna have like the high price point. So that's kind of something that I that I told people, get your Super Polys, but you did it. Another card that I ended up falling in love with is Enemy Controller. Wow, Enemy Controller for 2 reasons. I ended up pulling a ultimate rare Enemy Controller from my OTS, from my OTS pack on my locals. I ended up taking Runic Stun, and I did all right. It's like I could have done better, but at the end of the day, when you when you pull the ulti, you automatically win. And one of the last minute tech cards I decided to throw in was enemy controller, and my god, this was so good. And not only was it good for like dodging hand traps, but it was good for opening up my extra monster zones to help me continue to play through, you know, different stuff, taking opponents' monsters and everything. You know, and I only ran Typhon, so there was a scenario where I activated the enemy controller, took a monster, then put it, and then like did my whole combo, then ended with a Typhon, and the guy was just like, goddamn, like that's just too good. So this was kind of like really threw a lot of people off guard, and I kind of looked at it, and you have like a lot of budget versions. So this one's gonna be more of like a PSA that if you have some of these higher rarity ones, like if you pull the ultimate rare, you happen to have some supers, you know, like, or maybe you do have like, you know, these like kind of like gold rare ones, or these kind of higher, you know, like higher price common ones. There's even like the secret rares, like there's the ones that I have. I kind of don't know where the secret rares are right now on this list, but you do have like the secret rares, which always kind of, you know, which always kind of like fluctuate between being expensive, not, but like, you know, if you have some of those, I would just go ahead and sell the more expensive ones and get these common ones right here. But that's just, you know, but that's just if you're trying to play budget and looking for some more money. All right guys, that's it for the video. Peace out, and I'll catch you in the next one.